Tragedy of the Commons by Melissa Johnson, Period 2, turned in May 20th. Tragedy of the Commons is a problem where individuals in a community use common resources that have certain carrying capacity found in their community for their own benefit. The carrying capacity is the amount of people or objects that can be held in one place with its resource. The word common is referring to the resources or products used in that community. Tragedy of the Commons was brought to the world by Garrett Hardin because of overpopulation. He used the example of cows in a pasture to show how people overuse the resources that were given to them. For tragedy of the commons to occur, an individual must exploit more of the shared resources than what the subject was initially supposed to receive. The resources that this individual takes can vary from being as small as a piece of paper to as large as the amount of water used in an underground aquifer. Other individuals also exploit more. The demand of that particular resource cannot match what needs to be supplied and used. The others in this community believe that they, as users of this resource, must use it to its full extent before it has been utilized by the other competition in that area. All over the globe, scientists have used many examples to describe tragedy of the commons. Another understandable representation of tragedy of the commons would be a cell phone data plan shared between a family of 5. Each member of the family has a smartphone and supposedly receives 12 gigabytes, which means that the family has 60 gigabytes in total. This certain amount of gigabytes can sustain the family for a month. The 12 gigabytes are equivalent to 1/5 of the 60 gigabytes. The common or resource in this situation would be the total amount of gigabytes for the family plan. One month, the girl decides that she wants to use 20 gigabytes instead of 12 so she can text her boyfriend. She is now no longer using 1/5 of the gigabytes, but 1/3. Because of her actions, she has now left 2/3 of the gigabytes for every other member of the family. This is also equivalent to subtracting 2 gigabytes from each person. The next month, her younger brother decides to follow in her footsteps and also take 1/3 of the gigabytes for himself to look up shoes. Now, combined together, they are both taking up 2/3 of the gigabytes, leaving only 1/3 left from the family. This is also equivalent to subtracting 2 twice from each month. For the next 2 months, the used gigabytes are over 60. As the family tries to use up the gigabytes like the others, they come to a realization that they aren't able to use the data for the rest of the month. Solutions can include parents requiring the children to write down the amount of data they used that day so they can track how many gigabytes they have used, and this will teach them responsibility skills. Another solution could be the parents initiating a lock system that turns off the data on your smartphone when all of the limited data has been used.